Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Nintendo Switch games to buy before they become rare and expensive. And the first game on today's list that I want to talk about is Euphoria 2: The Saga. Now, this game is a sequel to a game that was originally on the NES by Sunsoft, and they even have the big sticker on here. Sunsoft is back. But what really caught my eye about this game is the gorgeous art style that kind of reminds me of like Yoshi's Crafted World, but with its own spin on it. And it's a 2D platformer, so I like those kind of games. I believe I also heard it's kind of a Metroidvania. It got solid reviews, and I definitely feel that this is a niche title that a lot of people may not even know about. So that's the reason why I do believe this game physically can definitely become a more rare and expensive game going forward in the future. So if you like platformers with a great art style, definitely consider picking up this game. And the second game on this list is Pepper Grinder. This is a really unique and cool looking 2D platformer. In this game, instead of just running and jumping like you do in most 2D platformers, you actually have this drill like object kind of weapon, which makes you travel through the terrain. So it definitely stands out. It has a great art style. It's an indie game, so that's another reason why I definitely believe the physical copy can definitely hold its value or even become harder to find, bringing up the price in the future because it is lesser known, although it has reviewed really well. Heard a lot of great things about this game, and it's definitely one that I'm looking forward to playing soon because I've also heard that it is a bit on the shorter side, which is not a bad thing to me because I've got plenty of long RPGs and adventure games in the backlog already. So these kind of short 2D platformers are refreshing to me, but definitely keep an eye on this one. It's just a good game recommendation anyway, and I definitely believe in the future it can become more rare and expensive. Now, the next game on this list is a very popular title because Persona 5 Royal is probably one of the most popular and most beloved JRPGs of all time. The Nintendo Switch version right now, maybe it might still be on sale when this video goes up, has been on sale for 25 bucks for Black Friday on Amazon. Really good deal. But the Steelbook Launch Edition, I was actually going to pick up that version before I saw how cheap this game was on sale, is really holding its value well. The Steelbook is going for around like 40 to 50, 60, even maybe more if it's sealed brand new. So if that's something that you would like in your collection, I definitely recommend picking that up sooner than later. And Persona 5 Royal is just a really popular JRPG. It features the press turn battle system from the Shin Megami Tensei games, has a lot of life sim mechanics mixed in there as well, and it's one that I actually need to play now that I finally got my hands on it. Before this game came out physically, I know I just talked about Marvel vs. Capcom fighting classics for the Nintendo Switch, but now that the physical version is here, I just wanted to show that pre-order bonus or first print bonus of the cool comic book that it comes with. This is a really cool pack-in that they added with the physical copy, so I definitely recommend picking this up sooner than later because I definitely believe if you have the comic with this game, it will definitely hold its value, possibly be rare and expensive in the future. And this is just a collection of so many classic fighting games anyway. So many good games on this collection. I've only really dug into the Punisher beat 'em up in there. And wow, that is actually a top tier beat 'em up. Really fun game that you can beat rather quickly. It has co-op. And the fighting games on here, I've played some of them, and I gotta admit, I'm not the best. I've been losing a lot to the CPU. So I need to sharpen my skills on this. But the games are still fun, wide variety of cool characters to choose from. Definitely a must-buy game for arcade fighting game fans. Now, the next game on this list I also have talked about in earlier episodes, but it's been a long time, and I just wanted to bring it up again because Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is a game that consistently sells for above retail value on the resale market, but you can find this used at GameStop for 55 to 60, which I know sounds like a lot for a used game, but I definitely think it's worth it if you want the game and you can find it there. Video Games Plus just had a reprint of this game, and I was hoping they would have still had some copies available, but sold out within a few days. This is definitely a game that I believe will be rare and expensive because it's already getting there. And it's just kind of a love letter Muso game with the Legend of Zelda series. You can play as all the legendary Zelda characters. There's a lot of Easter eggs, all that kind of stuff in this game. Definitely pick it up if you want it before it becomes rare and expensive. Now, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity isn't nearly as hard to find or expensive as Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, but because it's still a spin-off that didn't sell the tons of millions of copies that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom sold, I do believe this one will become harder to find and the prices will go up. I believe that Zelda fans in the future will be looking for these two spin-off titles to add them to their collection. And Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is supposed to be a prequel to Breath of the Wild, so if you want more of the lore and the story, even though I believe it's not canon, still a fun game, great action RPG, one you might want to pick up sooner than later. And another Zelda spin-off title for the Nintendo Switch that I believe will be rare and expensive in the future is Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer featuring The Legend of Zelda. And basically, this is a rhythm game like Crypt of the Necrodancer mixed in with a 2D top-down Zelda style game. Really cool game, really interesting spin-off, unique idea for Nintendo to let an indie developer use their IP for something different. But because it is a spin-off as well, you don't really find new copies of this out there in the wild. I definitely believe this game will become more rare and expensive as time goes on. And I just believe because the Legend of Zelda series is so popular that these games will always be sought after by collectors as well. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already for more great gaming related content. I really appreciate you watching, and until the next time, catch you later.